What up, it's your boy Josh, aka Dominic Toretto, aka Brian Earl Spillner, aka No! Monica! And it's that time again. Time to take two iconic snacks, smash them together, and see if we can create a beautiful food baby. We asked you which two snacks you want to see smashed together, and you chose Mountain Dew and Moon Pie. Will this new snack be a smash? Find out, because this is Snack Smash.
That was cool.
That actually did.
Cool.
Okay, so you have your classic moon pie here. These are two kind of flaky, wafery cookies, sandwiched with marshmallow covered in chocolate. I don't think we should try and chase after what that one is, though. I want to go after the old, I keep it in my pocket at all times. If you keep
You got in there.
If you have to ask, you can't afford it. Okay, so we got the vanilla double-decker moon pie. So this is 3 cookies, 2 layers of marshmallow.
Oh.
So we see the cookies, they're like pretty soft and pliable. A lot of vanilla flavor coming to that glaze, and then there's marshmallows. So we can probably break this down into 3 different steps. Is it good?
No.
It is what it is.
I love me and moon pie. To me, this is delicious. So we got the cookies, we got the marshmallows, and then we have the glaze. And I think we need to infuse as much Mountain Dew as possible. Trevor, stop making that face. If you don't like it, stop eating it.
It's not good.
Just stop eating it. No one's making you do that. You're doing it on your own volition.
It's not good.
So I think we gotta start just by reducing that Mountain Dew into a syrup, right?
Sure.
I can make the marshmallows. Trevor, he's our baker boy extraordinaire. He is literally the gingerbread man, so I think he should make cookies, and then I think you should make the glaze.
Sounds good to me.
Oh my God, you spit so much moon pie into me. Oh my God.
You spit
My eye. It's a flaky cookie. Stop. Ah! The flaky Stop doing it.
What is a marshmallow? No one really knows. It's like, how did the moon get there? Why come birds could fly? This seems like a pretty standard one. I'm reducing the Mountain Dew until it becomes pure corn syrup and sugar, and I'm waiting for that to get to 242 degrees, which is known as softball stage. So we got our Mountain Dew in the pot, we're just gonna crank that to high, and then all the water is gonna evaporate out of that, and then you're gonna be left with pure corn syrup and Mountain Dew flavor, which, I don't know, tastes like the mountains or like snowboarding or Halo 3 or whatever. So we're gonna let that reduce for probably about an hour and a half until it's actually concentrated by about 8 times. We're gonna go ahead and bloom our gelatin. Blooming gelatin just means you are getting it into water and getting it all activated. Then when you add a heat source to it, it is going to turn into Jell-O. Then we're gonna whip that with the corn syrup. Looking for exactly 1 ounce right here. We're gonna put it into a ½ cup of water and simply stir that together. And that's gonna act as the base of our marshmallow. Gelatin smells like wet dog farts. So you know that's actually how they make gelatin? That's why it's not vegan, it's dog farts. Food, what a wonderful world. You know when you throw a half a head of cabbage into a garbage can and then it sits there for 2 weeks and you didn't take out the garbage because you're waiting for your roommate to take out the garbage? That's wet dog fart if I ever smelled it. We're gonna get our bloom gelatin. Little slime ball right in there. Cream of tartar. It could be really useful in a marshmallow recipe since we're working with such a volatile compound as Mountain Dew. And then we're gonna start spinning it on this. And what this is actually gonna do, as the gelatin sets with the sugar, it's gonna get air bubbles in there. That's what's gonna give it that signature marshmallow texture. And we should get a lot of that flavor from the Mountain Dew. We're gonna turn this on. And we're gonna drizzle it in slowly. And then, nope, screw it, we're going high. Now we pray to the snack gods. So we're looking for about a cup of that in there. Because when you guys hear me? I feel like I'm yelling. We're actually gonna probably have to food diet. Because if you think about it, that amount of color right there, that delicious piss yellowness is gonna expand as this aerates. And then you're gonna lose a lot of it, but we still want it to be like a nice greenish yellow. All right, so wow, pure Mountain Dew syrup is incredible. I feel like I'm on the slopes with X Games gold medalist Shaun White. So you see, the marshmallow is sticking to the spoonula now. Spoonula? What's that? That's not a term. We want to get it a little bit tighter, but I'm gonna add my food dye now because now we're gonna get a more accurate reading of what our color's looking like. It sure tastes like a Mountain Dew marshmallow. Then I'm taking the marshmallow mixture and I'm adding food dye to it just to give it that greenish yellow Mountain Dew tinge. I'm spreading that out on a sheet pan to sit in the fridge. Then I'm cutting that out with a ring mold to be the perfect Mountain Dew pie shape. Lube me up. Thanks, Annalise. So you're gonna take your food lube and you're gonna spray down a ring mold. This is the exact same size as a moon pie marshmallow. And you're simply gonna cut it out. I know Trevor uses a coconut body butter in the morning. I just use Pam. Yeah, I'm a real salt of the earth guy. When I moisturize, it's just straight up Pam. What it does is it clogs all of your pores. That way the wetness can't escape. And so it just kind of stays all in there. That's what my daddy used, that's what his daddy used, and that's what I'm gonna use. And then you should just be able, you gotta brace it with your pelvis as you pull all the excess marshmallow apart. And if you see, this should unstick real simply. Look at that. We got a perfect marshmallow disc that's been all lubed up with your hand moisturizer.
I'm making cookies!
Moon pie dough has a very interesting texture in that it's very chewy, but also flaky. It's kind of like a hybrid pie biscuit dough.
I'm gonna do my best to recreate that. And we're gonna do that by adding no butter whatsoever to the dough. You might also be wondering why I have this Mountain Dew here, and it's not just to remind me of a simpler time when I didn't know what deodorant was. Oh! Sticky hands, that's okay. I'm just gonna start scooping flour.
So I'm making the cookie part of the moon pie, and what I'm using is a lot of flour, a lot of shortening or Crisco.
Crisco is the most annoying thing to measure ever because it's just fat and it's sticky and you never get it off your fingers once it's on there.
A lot of corn syrup,
Oh, yes.
a little bit of baking soda, baking powder, Mountain Dew.
Hopefully it's not gonna spray on me. And I'm doing this instead of water because it's a Mountain Dew moon pie.
And I'm making that into a dough that I'm gonna roll out really thin.
Take the thing in your hand and mix the dough. I've got Crisco all over my hands. Good thing I've got this nice Mythical Kitchen towel that you can find on mythical.com to wipe my hands off with. That was smooth. I could use a mixer for this. Had machines do work for me, but I like to feel in control.
If a machine were to make a moon pie, it would probably be really terrible because I assume that's how moon pies are actually made, is with machines, and regular moon pies are awful.
I love regular moon pies. I think they are actually one of the best snacks out there. I love the way the cookie crumbles into the soft marshmallow. I love that the glaze on the outside is super thin. Not a single bad word to say about a moon pie.
In order to recreate the flakiness, I'm gonna roll it out really thin and then stack them on top of each other because it's not a thick cookie, but it has layers.
Moon Pie's Twitter account, unlike actual moon pies, is great because they just talk about wanting to destroy the sun.
I do think it would be wise if someone who worked for me started a feud with the Moon Pie Twitter account.
Hey, Moon Pie Twitter account, do you want to start beef? Because I hate your stupid product and they suck and they don't taste good.
All right, so we got our dough nice and rolled out and it's gonna not stick. Lovely. I'm gonna take this big one, I'm gonna punch them out. You're gonna get rid of the excess. And then we're gonna give it a little shimmy shimmy. We're gonna pick it up and I'm gonna lay them on top, and that has become our 2 layers. And then I'm gonna take the smaller ring, I'm gonna cut out the size that I want. Then I'm gonna press it out till it's a nice little flat disc, and then I'm gonna do that a million more times till we've got cookies and bake them for about 9 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit.
Nicole's making the candy coating for our moon pies.
I'm gonna use candy wafers, also known as candy melts. I'm not gonna add any actual Mountain Dew to this because if I were to add actual Mountain Dew like this, it would make it really soupy and weird, like it wouldn't combine well together. I like making glazes and like melting chocolate because it's very therapeutic and very relaxing. So whenever Josh gives me the task of making a glaze, this is my time to chill because a lot of the times in the kitchen, I'm not really chilling. I'm mostly working. So now this is just my time to really reflect and meditate and think about where I am, you know? I'm gonna mimic the taste of Mountain Dew with just a touch of citric acid to give that like little sour note that exists in Mountain Dew. Mix it up. I'm going to match my glaze to be the same color as the packaging of the Mountain Dew bottle, like kind of that color. The color I'm trying to achieve is this super like distinct slime Nickelodeon green yellow color. Mountain Dew is like 20% soda, 80% food coloring. Whoever enjoys Mountain Dew, no. Why is this seizing? This isn't a part of the plan. Whenever a liquid, specifically like a room temp liquid, hits any sort of melted chocolate, loosen up. Doesn't matter if it's white chocolate, dark chocolate, milk chocolate, it'll immediately like seize up and get really tight and turn into this like chunky mess. You know how I told you guys this was like my time to like meditate and relax? So sorry, that's not happening right now. You are powerful, you are Mountain Dew. You are strong, you are Mountain Dew. You are my glaze, you are Mountain Dew. What I think went wrong was, for sure the citric acid had something to do with that. I need to let this hang out for a second. Never, ever do that. I think the heat was a little bit high, so it might have completely thrown off the recipe. This is the fun part about cooking, you know? You fail sometimes.
Nicole struggled a lot at first, but then towards the middle, she really continued to struggle. The good news is, towards the end, she struggled even harder, I think.
I am just gonna do this one more time. Take it slow, go back to my meditative state. Okay, let me try this again. I melted it again and I colored it again. I'm still trying to get like that perfect, beautiful slime color that I'm still trying to perfect. What I'm gonna do differently is add in coconut oil. Please do not let me down. And just be patient with it, you know? Give it a little bit of time. Fingers crossed, everybody. Okay, I'm not trying to be like, you know, I'm like a good cook or anything, but I did it! And now we're gonna glaze it, and we're gonna assemble our cookies with Josh Trevor. I'm so excited.
So we gotta assemble these moon pies. The plan, I use plan in the loosest sense of the term, is I'm gonna try and melt some of these marshmallows by torching them a little. So we're gonna go ahead and torch the marshmallow, and then you're gonna place the cookie on top of it, and we're gonna lift it and then repeat the process.
Yes, sensei.
Wait, hold, now!
There's just something very primal about Josh when he gets in the kitchen and he makes a lot of grunts and noises and just seems like very aggressive when he's cooking.
Oh my God! I don't trust Josh with a blowtorch because it's Josh.
I don't trust Josh with a blowtorch, but it's above my pay grade to make calls on whether or not Josh should be wielding dangerous objects.
You're doing so good on
Nicole, not one word. I should be trusted with a blowtorch. I should be trusted with a lot of things. I should be trusted with babies and blowtorches at the same time. I could blowtorch a marshmallow while holding a baby is what I'm saying. Be chill, honey bunny.
Who are you calling honey bunny?
Don't torch the marshmallow.
I'm not, it's far away.
Don't.
Can we talk about the
You can do the hand test, you can shut.
The danger you put yourself in is truly shocking.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah.
Because congenital heart disease runs in my family.
Why am I laughing? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's not okay. We're doing
Wow.
All right, Trevor, final cookie. Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, what could go wrong? Everything could go wrong.
Use
To
your
quote
heart.
the Albanian kidnapper in Taken, good luck.
Okay, so I'm supposed to dunk it until like yay?
Yeah, dunk it top side down, right side left.
Like
You're gonna
Space Jam. Like Space Jam.
Yeah.
Oh my
there it
God,
is.
oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Yeah, get it. No,
on
shake it. Pick it up. No, pick it. Claw it and shake it. Then jiggle harder.
I can't jiggle harder.
Stop telling Nicole to jiggle.
So the proper jiggling technique was this, and I was doing a this.
What are you gonna do?
Coach me through
Get
it.
it in there. Submerge it all. Then you're gonna flip it on your hand, and then you're gonna do this. Full
Can I
body.
see your knees?
Full body. Knees are split out. And then you're gonna see that's gonna shake the glaze off. The proper jiggling technique, I believe, was perfected in the 1987 classic The Goonies.
So I'm
Yeah.
gonna submerge it.
Submerge it. Yeah. Okay, now pick it up. Now go. Thrust. Nicole.
Oh my God,
There it
it's so
is. Look
hot.
at it. No, put it down.
It's so hot. Oh
See,
my
look
God.
how even of a layer that created.
The thing that I'm really worried about is the marshmallow because it's gonna taste bad.
I hope that this moon pie is beautifully sticky and like delicious and phenomenal and just like squishy and yummy.
I think the Mountain Dew moon pie is actually gonna taste really good. I think we have the right amount of Mountain Dew extreme flavor in the marshmallows. I think it's gonna be pretty good. What? So we're gonna go ahead and let that set up in the fridge right before it goes into the packaging. So we all know a snack is not official, cannot be sold on shelves unless it's in packaging. Let's check that out. Okay, so we have our Mountain Dew moon pies here, as I call them, Mountain Dew pies. You guys ever had a Mountain Dew pie? Oh no, in Minnesota they're all the rage, the Mountain Dew pie.
Oh, no, but
Wow! Look at that! You get a Mountain Dew pie! You get a Mountain Dew pie! All right.
This is crazy.
So I want to see how these look in the middle because, like, off the bat, those look pretty similar. Trevor, will you do the ceremonial cutting of the Mountain Dew pie? One clean stroke, then it's kosher. Okay. Cut that one in half.
This one?
I didn't realize you did that and I screwed up your work. That's a metaphor. Yeah. All right, it's a little hard because it's been in the fridge. All right, look at that. It's pretty similar. We got a little bit more height on ours, but like the marshmallow is in there. The cookies are about the same width. You see the flaky layers.
Wow.
This is a really good job. I'm not just
Are
saying
you
that 'cause
telling me
did it.
we made this?
We made that Mountain Dew pie.
This isn't a moon pie official made moon pie. We
Not
did this.
yet, it's not. All right, guys, let's try it. I'm going right from the middle.
I'm going.
That is a flavor. That's just an objective fact.
This is so much better than a regular moon pie. I was so prepared to hate this.
That is nuts.
It packs a Mountain Dew punch. You eat this and you immediately know it's Mountain Dew. If you gave this to somebody who had never heard of Mountain Dew and asked them what flavor it is, they go like, is that Mountain Dew? And you would say, yes, that's the Mountain Dew because that is a freaking Mountain Dew pie. Also, like your cookie is better because it actually like has some like fat in it, so it kind of gives you a crumb.
This is phenomenal.
Okay, so we have our official smash or pass paddles. Wheel them out. One side we got smashed, the other side we got passed. We're gonna go ahead and vote on whether or not we think this snack should be in stores. 3, 2, 1. Oh,
It smashes so hard.
This snack smashes maybe harder than any other snack that we've smashed. I would rather start my day hydrating with this Mountain Dew pie than just a normal glass of Mountain Dew like I normally do. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. We got another episode of Snack Smash coming out next week. We got a new podcast tomorrow, and we have recipes every week. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We'll see you next time. Mountain Dew pie. You can cook up your own feast while wearing the Mythical Kitchen apron, available now at mythical.com.